The subject of this review is the 2014 release, Life Itself, a documentary about who is arguably the best film critic who ever lived, Roger Ebert. Now, to be honest with you, I was automatically drawn to this because, well, I like reviewing films. And Roger Ebert, being the most famous film critic in his lifetime, probably is somebody I should look at. Mostly because of his extreme success in the field, but also because he was an incredibly interesting human being. I did not know that before watching this video. But to be completely honest with you, this is not a film for the squeamish. Ebert died of cancer. And you are shown an unapologetic view of that cancer and a man who is so upbeat and so strong despite his horribly debilitating condition that you just wish it had happened to somebody else. And during this film, I felt compelled almost to reach towards my screen and help this man because he was such a great human being by what I saw, so in love with what he was doing and so in love with life that I felt such a great feeling of loss that he had to suffer so badly and that he was so wounded. Now, the thing about this documentary, one of the things that really stood out towards me, other than the horror of Ebert's condition, was the strong amount of female nudity. This is definitely an R-rated documentary. I mean, it is totally R-rated. Talks quite a lot about Russ Meyer, who is probably one of the most famous booby movie directors of all time. Not necessarily porn, mind you, and I don't know his work, so he may have done some porn in there, but booby movies. Movies with a lot of nudity, which apparently Roger Ebert loved. Really loved. Most interesting about this dynamic life of Roger Ebert was his relationship with Gene Siskel, a name forever associated with his, and despite Ebert's failing health, Siskel did die first. And I always had thought throughout my lifetime that these two men were the best of friends, and as much as that was true when they died, it was not so true when they started working together. In fact, they were extremely bitter enemies and incredibly competitive, which probably gave their TV show on Film Review its extreme level of tension that drew audiences. Now, I have to say, if you're into the art of filmmaking, if you have a taste for the review and learning how things work, and if you love documentaries, which I obviously do, this movie is an absolute must-watch. I actually feel watching Life Itself made me feel guilty about how depressed I've been in my own life and how little I've produced in the short time I've been on this planet. I am going to tell you this with all honesty. I think watching Life Itself has made me appreciate life once again. Definitely. 2 thumbs up. Go watch this film.